Welcome to the Lucas Tribune podcast. Here's the latest news. A woman has filed civil lawsuits against Neil Gaiman and his ex-wife in the U.S., accusing the British author of sexually assaulting her. The lawsuits against Gaiman and Amanda Palmer were filed in Wisconsin, Massachusetts, and New York. The woman alleges the former couple violated laws on federal human trafficking, with complaints of assault, battery, and inflicting emotional distress against Gaiman and negligence against Palmer. She is seeking at least 7 meters (5.6 meters) in damages. Gaiman, 64, whose books Good Omens, American Gods, and The Sandman have been adapted for television, has denied allegations of sexual misconduct made by 8 women. He said he has never engaged in non-consensual sexual activity with anyone. Ever. The lawsuits claim the woman was befriended by Palmer when she was 22 and homeless in New Zealand and began working for the couple, which is when the assaults began. According to the lawsuits, Palmer told the woman there had been previous complaints from more than a dozen different women. 5 women, 4 of whom were among 8 featured in a New York Magazine article in January, made allegations about the writer in a Tortoise Media podcast series published in summer 2024. Gaiman has denied all of the allegations made against him, posting on his blog, on 14th of January, "I've stayed quiet until now, both out of respect for the people who were sharing their stories, and out of a desire not to draw even more attention to a lot of misinformation. As I read through this latest collection of accounts, there are moments I half recognize and moments I don't, descriptions of things that happened sitting beside things that emphatically did not happen." He acknowledged that he was careless with people's hearts and feelings and could have done so much better, but said he does not accept there was any abuse. Since the allegations emerged, publisher Dark Horse Comics cancelled upcoming work by Gaiman, and a UK stage adaptation of his book Coraline has been pulled.
Breaking news. Jury selection has begun at the U.S. trial of the man charged with stabbing writer Sir Salman Rushdie. Hadi Matar is charged with attempted murder and assault over the August 2022 incident that left Mr. Rushdie blind in one eye. Mr. Matar, 27, has pleaded not guilty to the charges. The trial at Chautauqua County Court in New York State, which was delayed twice, will reportedly see Mr. Rushdie give evidence and face the accused in court. It had originally been scheduled to begin in January 2024, but Mr. Matar's defense team appealed for the trial to be delayed on the grounds that Mr. Rushdie's then upcoming book, a memoir about the attack, could be used as evidence, and the defendant's team wished to review its contents first. Then in October, the trial was placed on hold after Mr. Matar's legal team made a request to move the trial to another county. As reported by the New York Post, Mr. Matar's lawyers argued the defendant risked an unfair trial at the Chautauqua County Court in Mayville, given the publicity around the high-profile case and the lack of an Arab-American community in the small county. The request was unsuccessful, and the trial began in Chautauqua County Court, which is in a village with a population of about 1,500 people as originally planned. 5 jurors were selected on Tuesday, and jury selection will continue on Wednesday at 9:30 local time, 14:30 GMT. In August 2022, the Indian-born British-American author was put on a ventilator and spent 6 weeks in hospital after being stabbed up to 10 times on stage at an event in New York State. Mr. Matar, who was 24 at the time, is accused of sprinting on stage and carrying out the attack. The injuries resulted in damage to Mr. Rushdie's liver, lost vision in one eye, and a paralyzed hand caused by nerve damage to his arm. The Satanic Verses author previously told BBC NewsHour he was unsure if he wanted to face his alleged attacker in court. "I'm in 2 minds about it," he said. "There's one bit of me that actually wants to go and stand on the court and look at him, and there's another bit of me that just can't be bothered." Henry Rees, moderator of the event Mr. Rushdie was attending at the Chautauqua Institution in western New York State, was also injured in the attack. Separate to the Chautauqua County Court charges, Mr. Matar was charged by a federal court with providing material support to the Lebanon-based militant group Hezbollah, according to an indictment unsealed last July. Hezbollah is designated a terrorist organization by Western states, Israel, Gulf Arab countries, and the Arab League. Mr. Rushdie, now 77, is an acclaimed writer who previously spent several years in hiding after the 1988 publication of the Satanic Verses, a fictional story inspired by the life of the Muslim prophet Muhammad triggered threats against his life. The surrealist, postmodern novel sparked outrage among some Muslims, who considered its content to be blasphemous, insulting to a religion or God, and was banned in some countries. A year after the book's release, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khomeini called for Mr. Rushdie's execution. He offered a 3 meters to 5 meters reward in a fatwa, a legal decree issued by an Islamic religious leader.
ITV soaps Coronation Street and Emmerdale are to see their content cut by an hour a week between them from next year. Coronation Street currently airs for 3-hour-long episodes a week, while Emmerdale is 4 30-minute episodes plus 1-hour-long installment. From January 2026, both soaps will only air 30-minute episodes, with a Soaps Power Hour every weekday featuring Emmerdale at 8 p.m. and Coronation Street at 8:30 p.m. Episodes will continue to be released at 7 a.m. on ITVX before airing on ITV later that evening. ITV boss Kevin Lygo said the change is viewer-led and will make the soaps more streaming-friendly. Performing Arts Union Equity said the move, which comes after the cancellation of BBC soap Doctors and changes to Channel 4's Hollyoaks schedule, gives it further cause for concern, but added that ITV has said it will not directly impact the cast or result in changes to pay or contracts. Lygo added, "In a world where there is so much competition for viewers' time and attention, and viewing habits continue to change, we believe this is the right amount of episodes that fans can fit into their viewing schedule, to keep up to date with the shows." He acknowledged that going from the current 6 hours a week to 5 will have an impact for the people who work on the soaps team. "We will support our colleagues in ITV studios as they work through these changes, and will do what we can to mitigate the impact on our people," he said. "These changes are motivated by doing what we believe is best for the continuing success of these important programs in the long term. They also create headroom in the overall program budget for investment in programming that can help ITV grow reach in a very, very competitive market." Emmerdale and Coronation Street have gone through several schedule changes over the years. Both began with only 2 episodes a week before increasing to 6 weekly episodes in later years. While Equity acknowledged the assurance from ITV, the union's TV official Natalie Barker said, "We do know that fewer episodes will mean fewer opportunities for work for our members engaged as guest and supporting artists on these productions. This is a significant loss for our members in the Northeast and Northwest regions and continues the ongoing trend of fewer opportunities for screen work, especially in the regions and for early career actors. In the past few years, there has been a downturn in advertising revenue, part of a funding squeeze throughout the TV industry. Among other long-running dramas, the BBC has axed Doctors and Holby City, and trimmed the number of episodes of Casualty but has revived Waterloo Road. Channel 5 also axed its funding for Neighbours. Channel 4's Hollyoaks also went from 5 episodes to 3 last year.